Hey, everybody, you know what time it is. It's cold tub time. We let the glitter settle and the gold dust come down after a huge win. But it's Nate Jackson and me. I'm Jake Plummer here in the cold tub. Hope you'll join us.
And just like that, we're back. Welcome to the cold tub. A little later than usual. We typically do this on Monday right after the Broncos play, and we're still sore. But we kind of let it like you said, the glitter. The glitter had to come down after a win like that. Also, I was spraying out of both sides of my body on Monday morning. I caught a bug.
Nate had a bug, so we had to take a break.
I did. I got a little sick, man. I couldn't come in on Monday.
You were letting for not the glitter to settle.
No, something else settling.
I mean, even almost confetti settling, because we a lot of people made this out to be a really, 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 really big game.
It was the Super Bowl, right?
Early Super Bowl.
Broncos won the Super Bowl.
Mid-season Super Bowl.
The early November Super Bowl. They won it.
For sure.
Big game, though.
Yes, huge.
And so we're going to talk about like kind of the roller coaster ride of narratives and things maybe. But like looking at this game just from the ground floor or whatever, what were your thoughts on the Broncos being able to beat the Chiefs 22-19 on that last second field goal?
Yeah, I mean, again, an exciting game. And as a football fan, that's why I watch the game, is to see what players step up, who does what when the ball's in their hands. You learn right away who you can trust, and you gain respect that way as a player when you take your team down. Again, Bo Nix with a last second walk-off field goal. I mean, this doesn't happen but a couple times a year, and here we're witnessing it almost every week. So a huge win, all of the grandeur and all of the biggest game in Broncos history since the last biggest game in Broncos history. All that aside, players go out and play, and I saw a whole team effort, not only defensively, which we expect, but special teams stepped up. And Bo made some improvements in the pocket, and when you needed to make plays, guys made plays.
Yeah, complete game.
Yeah,
this team, they play really hard. They believe they're going to win. They got the fans on their side. Broncos country's involved again, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's the maybe not overreaction, but just the joy that everyone was feeling after beating the Chiefs is because, man, the Broncos country has all this energy bottled up for this.
Oh yeah,
like they've been saving it for 10 years.
What was Mahomes 18-1 against the Broncos in his reign, and like, what? Okay, yeah, they've been getting their ass kicked.
So Mahomes, you brought up Mahomes, the greatest quarterback who's ever put on a helmet.
Yeah.
Okay.
One of them, yes,
is
for
he?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, he's been in it. What does he have? 9 straight AFC championship games, or 8?
He's been there.
Every season of his life, he's been one step from the Super Bowl or in it. It's just amazing.
And Bo played better than him on Sunday.
Yeah, Bo's team won, and the teams played better. I mean, I hate, the whole narrative of that people call me the Brady Buster. I didn't beat Tom Brady.
Yeah, you did. You beat him. Yes,
our teams beat Tom Brady.
I was the quarterback at the 50-yard line. Bow!
So I would love to take Brady on in a full-on like decathlon and 10 sports. Let's go. And then if I beat him in that, then I could say I'm a Brady Buster. But otherwise, guys step up when the time comes, when you're getting to play against someone like Mahomes and a team like Kansas City, who's, whether they're as good as they were a year ago or 3 years ago, they're still the Kansas City Chiefs. They've been reigning supreme. And the Broncos, in a time when they are trying to prove to the league that we belong here with this record that everyone's saying it's ugly and Bo's the worst 3-quarter quarterback, but in the fourth quarter, he's the best ever. I mean, they win games. That's all that matters. This one, though, was definitely good to see them go out, stay together, fight through the ups and downs and through the penalties, which we had a lot of penalties, but they still came out with that dub. And that was Bo and the offense producing when it matters. And that's the NFL. If you look at the games across any Sunday and Monday or Thursday, usually they come down to the last couple possessions. That's just how this league is. Very rarely are they blowouts. And we're seeing, a competitor that his team believes in him. And that's fun. As a fan, I'm really enjoying this.
Yeah, I think they're 6-2 in 1-score games. 7-2, sorry, 7-2, and the Chiefs are like 0-6 or something now.
Yeah,
when they had won like 17 straight or like 10 last year, the tide seems to be turning a little bit here. Sean Payton comes and takes this job knowing full well he's going to have to face the Chiefs twice a year, and Andy Reid. He's going to have to face, Jim Harbaugh and the Chargers, although he took the job before Jim Harbaugh got the job there. But That said, he knew he was coming to a very difficult division where you're going to have to play one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL and one of the better coaches of all time twice a year. So he obviously had confidence that he can get this thing turned around and wanted that smoke. He wanted that challenge. Yeah. And his team now believes that they can win those games. Not just about Bo Nix. This defense is playing crazy, incredible, even without Alex Singleton, without Defensive Player of the Year, Pat Surtain. Those two guys off the field, and they're still playing that way. Special teams showed up. You mentioned the special team. Marvin Mims back from the concussion, had a 70-yard return to set him up for that second field goal, that second score that ended up being crucial points. Will Lutz 5 for 5. Nuts.
And looking at guys making tackles, like Tillman's down making tackles on kickoff. Prentice is down making tackles on punt cover. You got guys that are starters or getting reps with the ones and shuffling in and playing their ass off, not only on defense or offense, that are also going down, making plays on special teams. And when you have that, if you remember back to our days, our guys won it on the field.
Yeah.
Most of the starters, a lot of them didn't play special teams, but Rod Smith was returning punts.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want it and you're hungry, it doesn't matter. Get me on the field, coach. I'm not trying to save my body. I want to win for this team. And we're seeing unselfish play. And that's the beauty of what I think this team has, is that core group of guys. They just love each other and they play their asses off. And it doesn't happen without a leader that they can believe in, and the respect that Bo's garnered with a 7-2 record with the ball in his hand at the very end of the games. And that's how you gain that respect across not only your team, but across the league.
And also talking about a leader you believe in, I mean, Sean Payton as well, and the coaching staff, even though people can be critical about it, you can't be critical about the result. And the result is 9-2, first place in the AFC West by 2 games, and really controlling your own destiny when it comes to maybe having the number 1 seed.
Yeah. I mean, Coach Payton knew when it was time to simplify. I think that was a big quote, simplify. Let's simplify our game plan. We ran dives, we ran a pop pass, and we ran slants, and that's how we beat them. We just ran 3 plays. That's not what simplify means.
What does simplify mean?
Fan out there, that simplify means you just don't have so many exchanges of player personnels, and you're not running guys in late. And we saw them go in the third quarter into like a little bit of a hurry up. They weren't huddling completely, but they were just calling plays quick. As a quarterback, that's great to get under center and there's 18 seconds, 16 seconds on the clock. You're not watching that go down and then thinking about things. You're just moving, you're rolling. And then a coach can also get into a rhythm. And we saw that in that third quarter. That was really a big pivotal part of the game when they took that drive, went down, and I think they got some points out of it, but they were able to just get into that rhythm and stay on the field, not go 3 and out, as we've seen them do quite a bit, which I think is why that defense, played so well in the second half.
Yeah, the Broncos started off the game, took the ball. Well, they lost the toss, but Coach Payton after the game said he was going to take the ball anyway because he wanted to get him started. But took the ball, 14-play drive, ended up with a field goal. Let's start getting into this film, and let's talk about one of these plays from the first quarter here. 3rd and 11. You're up against it on the first drive. Bo finds a way to step up in the pocket, deliver a strike there to his man, Courtland Sutton.
And I think they were very poor on first drives of the game. The Broncos, they haven't scored in like 8 tries or something. And if I'm right, I think
something like that.
And so here you got Bo taking a quick 5. He feels a little bit of the ends getting an edge, so he steps up. And when you do that, and the line creates that big hole in the middle, it gives you many options. And again, going to his man, Courtland Sutton, who's leading, I think he's number 1 in the league on third downs, receptions for sure on this team. Again, putting it in a spot where he can go up and catch it. It wasn't a perfect ball, but it was a completion on a big part of the first drive to continue to stay on the field here.
A lot of room there in the middle of the field too. And, a lot of times if you don't step up in the pocket as a quarterback, you don't see it, right?
Yeah, it's nice to see them attack the middle of the field a little more this game. Not just, short routes over the center, but like some deep digs, basic cross and stuff that, as a quarterback, it's hard. You got to watch that, your eyes, you got to trust. And here again, Bo not panicking and bailing. He stuck with his reads and got the ball to his number 1 man.
Yeah, he could have dumped it here to this fullback who was sitting there, and he had a little pass, but
he didn't. Just take off and run like he has been a lot, bailing right. But I think the things we're saying is not some revelation.
No,
and the coaches know. I mean, the coaches are already telling them everything we're saying, but we're just trying to relay to the fans that are watching and listening, if what we'd be going through and what we're seeing transpire as. Here he is, staying patient in the pocket, getting to his number 1 guy.
All right, they move the ball down the field, and Sean Payton decides it's a perfect time for a double pass.
Why not? Let's have a trick play. You got to try one a game just to go, what the hell is going on?
So what's your thought about doing this in the red zone? I mean, versus doing it in the field, because he's done a couple trick plays, but they've always been down in kind of the scoring zone there.
Yeah, my thought is we hadn't run a pitch yet. We hadn't set this play up.
Right.
There was no run. There was no pitch where Bo could go out and see, like, did someone go with him? As we talked last
Right.
week or a couple weeks ago when CJ Stroud on the goal line stands, he wasn't carrying out his boot fake. And so as a quarterback, your job is to carry that out so then you can see, hey, they're not following Bo. Let's call that pitch pass. This was too early, ill-timed. Great job by Bo, though. I think, I was hoping to see Bo go high point this thing and come down with it, because he is he's a phenomenal athlete, everybody. Like, this kid's, you could put a golf club in his hand, a tennis racket, a basketball, and he would be competitive in every sport. So
that's true, but it also shows the difference between him and a wide receiver.
Yes.
The wide receiver has those ball skills. He does it every day.
Yeah,
he understands
exactly
how to position his body when there's a guy going up next to him and turn his body and catch it.
And in practice, this was Bo trotting by himself with no one within 20 feet.
That's what he said at the podium afterwards. He's like, it was a lot more open in practice.
So as a competitor, though, I mean, if he goes up, makes his play, cool. If not, he goes up and at least interferes enough so that there's not a pick six or this doesn't end up in a interception ending this great drive to start the game.
And RJ Harvey did play some quarterback in his earlier years, I think college as well as high school. Really talented athlete. But I guess if I had one critique of Sean Payton's play calling sometimes is exactly what you just mentioned, Jake. He runs plays that he hasn't set up right yet.
Sometimes
he gets a little bit and if it's like in basketball or something, like, to me, your first move is to take it to the basket.
Yeah.
Once you take it to the basket, then you can do a crossover. Because
then you can pull up.
Because I'm afraid of you going to the basket,
and then you can pull up.
Right, you can do all those.
Yeah.
But if I don't think you're going to go by me, then I'm never going to open my hips and allow you to move off.
Yeah.
Of that. You know what I mean?
It's similar to the taking the top off, throwing go routes.
Exactly.
We saw the go route early to Franklin. He dropped it. It was in his hands. But what that does for an offense is it builds that cushion. It makes DBs go, oh damn,
yeah,
they could do that again. So they back off a little bit. Exactly. A little less jumpy.
So you like going deep? Early,
yeah. I love it. Take the top off. Let me rip one down there, and if it's good, complete, awesome. If it's dropped, that sucks. But the worst thing is if it's an interception. But then again, if you're throwing it 35, 40 yards downfield, it's like a punt. So either way, it lets those DBs know, hey, you better be ready to get on your skates and back up because we're going to come after your ass today.
You better have your hard hat and your lunch pail because we're going to freaking work.
No, drop that and put on your back pedalers.
Yeah, that's right.
If you have,
put on your back pedalers. I didn't wear mine today. All right, so they didn't complete that, but thankfully it wasn't an interception. They were able to score points off of it.
Yeah.
And the next play we got in the docket, David, is it's tied 6-6 here. Bo drops back to pass in the second quarter, 4 minutes left, and hits Pat Bryant.
Yeah.
What'd you see here, Jake?
Another job of Bo standing in the pocket. He goes 1, goes to 2. He comes back and he finds Bryant over the middle. Ooh. His feet were wonky here, but this is a witness to his arm talent.
Yeah.
And people think arm talent means, you can throw it 80 yards and you got a bullet, gun. That's not arm talent. Arm talent is being able to whip it sideways like this, cock it down to 3 or 4 o'clock on the clock of throwing, high and low, and feet aren't set, but he still has the body strength and the composure to rip that over the middle to Bryant. Again, this kid keeps stepping up in big times. And, just to start this drive and get going, tie ball game, what I like to see is Bo going through. You can see him going through 1 to 2. He's there. He shifts. He comes back. He spots. He sees him. And then boom. Makes a great play here. And that's going to have to happen numerous times in the remainder of this season. Bo's going to have to start going from 1 to 2 to 3, staying in that pocket, not being afraid to get hit and take a sack. That's not the worst thing in the world. It is if you're in field goal range and you get out of field goal range. But right here, trust in that pocket. Let your guys up front do their job. And then that allows those guys outside and the receivers to get open. And we have completions like this, again, over the middle, something we really haven't seen a lot of attack yet.
Yeah, and great catch by Pat Bryant. Had to slow down a little bit and was worried that DB was going to get his hand on it and was able to secure that ball.
Game of inches, man.
Yeah, it really is.
Right there. And, if he misses this, you'd say bad feet. He's not stepping at his target. Ooh. And, I think he still could have. And that's just the evolution of Bo as we watch. He won't be so quick to drop that foot in the bucket where you could have made a bad throw or been a little less velocity on it and given that DB a better chance. But either way, I mean, like I said, arm talent wins here. You know, we've seen Mahomes do this and countless times.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers, when you have an arm like Bo, you get away with it.
How hard is it to do what Bo did there? Start to your right at your first, your first progression, first target of the progression, then move all the way across the field, past all those bodies and re-lock in on a new target and understand what you're seeing. How do you train yourself to be able to do that as a quarterback?
Yeah, I mean, it's repetitions major, and then just trusting film and knowing like defenses, knowing that you got guys going out to the flat. You do have a guy jumping here, and the lineman does a good job of pushing him kind of to the right. But you have to just trust that guys are going to get to their spot and know, okay, if I'm 1 or 2's not there and I'm coming to 3, Bo almost goes past 3. You know, that's why he swung the gate open here. He looks to go to the way left, and then he sees a flash and he throws it to Bryant. It's extremely difficult, but the good ones do it. And that's what we're paid to do as quarterbacks, is let those guys get open. And when they do get open, get them the ball. As playing with, Shannon Sharp was fun. He was open every single play.
Oh yeah, always.
And I said, good job. Keep doing your job. That's all I would say. Keep doing your job.
Yeah.
That was advice from Jeep Chris, my coach in Arizona, when guys would be complaining about not getting the ball.
Yeah.
He'd say, hey, did you get open? And they're like, yeah, man, come on, give me the ball. I'm like, cool, keep doing your job. And then they'd get even mad, more mad, but then at least like, keep doing your job. Your job's to get open.
Right.
My job's to get this one ball to one of you guys that's open.
Yeah. And Bo did a really good job of that in the game. I mean,
Yes,
spread the ball around. Troy Franklin had some big catches. Courtland Sutton had some big catches. Pat Bryant, you saw one of them. He had 5. Marvin Mims got in the action a little bit, but Evan Ingram was involved. Everybody was involved.
Harvey got some catches.
Yeah,
outside,
Bo really looked like he was a lot more settled than he has.
Yeah, and I think, we saw them just not run so many crazy sets in the third quarter. They went into a little bit of a hurry-up mode, which, like I mentioned, it gives you a chance to just get into rhythm. And there's no time to think or let that last play go down and hear the boos if they're not happy. And, you just get going and get in a rhythm, and it puts pressure on the defense. And I like to see that up tempo from this offense. And I feel like that's going to be something we'll see at certain times of the game as the season progresses, because they were good. They looked really smooth, and they had a great drive.
Some people might say that they simplified it. Yeah.
Simplified.
Let's move on to the next play here. What do we got here? We got 3rd and 2 here. Broncos driving 6-6 in the third quarter. Hit RJ Harvey on that little I don't want to call it a swing route, but what do you call that route from the running back? It's something they do
it's like
a lot, and
they're
getting a little pick there from Courtland, who understands that you can't run into the guy. All you got to do is make him go around you.
Yeah, 3rd and 2 here. We just need a couple yards, and we've talked about this rub pick type play, and it was a beautiful job of Courtland getting depth, not worrying about making contact with the defender, but knowing that his man was locked in man-to-man. So you saw him get out and then get depth, so that the guy covering Harvey in the flat had to go up and bubble over his own defender. So if he ran into his defender, there's no flag. If he runs into Courtland here, there's a flag.
Well, no, because Courtland is running a route. And he's looking back for the ball.
Like I said, great job by him to get his depth and not so much go at the target.
Right.
He went and ran his route knowing we need 2 yards. Let's just get this guy to bubble over, and we got a chance to get this. So great job here. It's going to be fun to watch this kid. He's so close out in space to breaking some of these, and they seem to love this play. They're going to keep going to it. I hope they come up with some wrinkles off of it, because you see that guy would have been there if Courtland hadn't done his job.
RJ Harvey, dynamic player for this team, and big first down right there.
And we're going to see a lot more of him.
Yeah,
we are. Dobbins out.
Well, the running game wasn't very effective. That's the only thing that didn't work for him.
McLaughlin came in.
He did, but then we rushed for like 60 yards.
Yeah, but they didn't give him a lot of chances.
Exactly.
I mean, he came in hungry. He's on the practice squad. He comes up, and now he's hungry. So that's, as I mentioned a couple times, on some other shows and radio, like the cupboards are full, which I like to see.
Yeah.
As we're seeing Abrams Drain come in, and there's defense is still ticking, and Singleton goes out and Sternad comes in. And it's like, there's guys in this that are getting coached and are preparing. They're doing what it takes as a backup to be prepared to play, whether you get reps or not. And it's important to see these guys come in and step up and make plays. And that's the sign that scouting is good, drafting is good, but the coaching is excellent.
Yeah, and practices are competitive. Guys are competing every day at practice because they want to be out there. They want that opportunity, and they're biting their tongue waiting for it. And so Jaleel McLaughlin, who had some opportunities the last couple of years and did show some not really nice things, obviously was replaced by J.K. Dobbins and R.J. Harvey, but now he might be a guy you need going down the stretch to make this run at the Super Bowl, which the Broncos obviously want. All right, next play, David, what do we got? All right, tied 13-13. One of the last plays of the third quarter.
Big time play here.
Big time
Love
play
it.
down the field to Pat Bryant. Oh,
great route by him. He gets his depth and he sticks his foot in the ground. There's green grass. We have a quick little half counter, like a counter left fake, and then a slight roll. So you're not in the same pocket. You're moving the pocket just a little bit outside to the left tackle area, which gives you a different viewpoint. And we talked about, I wanted to see him rolling to the left, but here's at least some play action going to the left. Everybody's thinking down to the right. They fake, they get it set up, and a great route. He's basically, one-on-one with the safety with this great scheme here to get the flat defender to settle on the running back. And then Pat Bryant, like I said, getting his depth was key, and a huge play, because you're shifting complete field position. Whether you score on this drive or not, you're taking the ball and putting it on the other side of the field and getting your at least 3 points out of this, hopefully.
Yeah, he got his depth, and he also had a nice inside release stem there to make it seem like he might be going across, because they like to do the crossing stuff. And so he gets an inside release, a couple of steps inside on the stem, then gets straight up the field, and then sticks his foot in the ground. And then, like you said, those corner routes, you can, as a quarterback, either flatten them or lead him up the field, wherever he's at.
Here, he's got a step on that safety, so Bo does a great job of just throwing it upfield and leading him so he can continue to run. The end of this play, man, he hit his head hard on that brand new sod.
Yeah.
That was cool. And he had to go to the tent. I thought that we may miss him for the rest of the game, but obviously he didn't get a concussion. He just got hit the turf. I don't know what happened, because we don't look too good.
We don't know if he got a concussion or not.
He didn't look too good out there on the field. When he came up, you could tell his bell was rung. But at this point, players play, and somehow, he came back out from a hard hit, and that's the toughness of this kid. He keeps stepping up, and I like everything about number 13.
Yeah,
we're gonna if they're gonna continue this run, he's going to be a huge integral part, even more than he has been.
And he's just a rookie.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
It's just a rookie.
Receivers usually take a couple years.
Yeah,
and the great thing is we're getting them pre-diva mode, because once a receiver starts making it, they can get into like that diva mode where they think they're so cool and important. But hopefully we keep him grounded, as Courtland is not a diva.
Well, yeah, it's about the ethos of the room.
Yes.
Right. And what you emphasize. I mean, the coaches clearly emphasize run blocking, and it's something that they care about, and they know that's their way to get on the field. That's their way to get passes their way. The reason why Pat Bryant is catching these balls now is because he's busted his ass in the running game in the first half of the season at training camp, and showed that he's willing to do all that stuff.
I mean, and that's how Rod Smith got on the field.
That's how I got on the field too.
A lot of guys that want to get out there, you want to catch the balls, and everybody, we can run routes, catch it, but when you go put your nose down in the pile and hit a safety and seal an edge for the running back, that's where you earn more playing time.
Receiver coaches, there's nothing receiver coaches love more than when you block someone's ass off.
Yeah.
Can you block? No, you block your own ass off.
You block your ass off.
You block their dick off. That's what you do. And if you knock their dick off, you block your ass off. And then there's just your ass laying on the ground, and it's a weird situation after a big block. But
just don't hold them.
But every receiver coach I've been around loves it when you block.
Yeah.
They like it when you make a nice catch. They like it when you score a touchdown. They love it when you block, because it makes them look like they're coaching, like they're tough. And it's just like it just shows up for the room itself, and then it trickles down to everybody else in the room. So Pat Bryant, keep doing what you're doing. All right, what do we got next? David Levine. 3rd and 1. Here we go. Big first down.
Yeah. This is a quick one here. It's just an overload to the right. But what I like to point out from the end zone view, watch Mercedes Lewis out here almost to the end. He hits the guy, then he just puts his ass into him and almost like boxes him out like a rebound. And, anyway, however you can get it done, get it done. What doesn't have to look pretty, you don't have to hit him and pile drive him into the turf to just get 1 yard. But what happens here is he gives Harvey a lane, and Harvey does a great job of setting this up. But I just like, because, the oldest man in the NFL, still out there. He's got a lot of tricks up his sleeve, and in a key moment makes it happen. Because Lomas Brown was my left tackle in Arizona, and there were times he was oversized, outmatched, but he would turn and he'd block guys backwards, whatever it took, just stay between me and that defender. And that's a great job by the old man to get this hole provided for Harvey to go get a crucial first down.
Yeah, right up the gut, and we're going to need R.J. Harvey to be doing that a lot going forward, because J.K. Dobbins is not coming back.
3rd down conversions are going to get you further down the road,
Yeah.
they're going to get a home playoff game with more third down conversions.
Yeah, Mercedes Lewis.
You've got to stay on the field.
41 years old. Got the call a couple of weeks ago from the Broncos while he was like in a steam room in Joshua Tree. Did you know that?
Yeah, it was awesome.
And now he's out there laying those good ass blocks.
Yeah, that's like one of those things. Does he have a ring? I don't know, but what if he falls into it's a ring? If the Broncos go and do it, here's this oldest dude in the NFL. How many years he played? 20 years, and he's gonna maybe end up with something special. But again, still
he was playing when you were still playing. I think his first year was your last year.
Yeah,
06, I think.
Because he had 20 years. I mean, I'm almost 20 years out. So.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, that's crazy.
All right, moving along. We've got
block extra point.
Block extra point. Wow, this is huge. All these points were enormous.
Yes.
And this is what we wanted to call some attention to, just the prowess of the special teams unit on a day like this day when they've been much maligned all year long. Darren Rizzi, the special teams coach, been catching a lot of flack. Special teams unit came up in a lot of different ways. This is one of them. Frank Crum, who's an offensive lineman.
Yeah, man. I love it.
In there blocking this thing, sticking up his big paw. This guy's enormous. He's like 8 feet tall if you were to stand next to him, with beautiful flowing blonde hair. And he made one of the plays of the game here.
Yeah, it's huge. Guys that want to play, they want to be out there on the starting squad. But if not, go make a play some way, somehow. And if you're unselfish and you don't care and you all are about just the team and the success of the team, we see more plays like this. And this is big, gives them a chance to still tie the game with a field goal and not have to go down and score to take the lead. So in these moments against a team like Kansas City, when they needed to step up, I mean, I saw guys stepping up, making plays, and that's what you have to do. And that's what's going to have to be, called upon these players to go do that to continue this season if we want to end it well.
And the Broncos have had, the proverbial horseshoe up their ass this year in a lot of ways, like with moments like this, these points that end up coming, being important later. I mean, I know they lost those 2 games. Their only 2 losses came on last-second field goals, so you could say they were unlucky in those games. But against the Giants, for example, the guy misses the extra point at the end there when they go up by 2.
Everything went right for them. I think they had the horseshoe around their neck rather than up their ass. I think it's better if it's or even on a necklace, maybe a blinged out horseshoe for good luck.
The blood
because up your ass, I think, would be more like you're not getting the good luck.
No, I think that means you are lucky.
When you have I would say more on around your neck.
Yeah, wherever the horseshoe is inserted or placed.
Block your ass off that has a horseshoe up it.
These guys have the football gods are favoring the Broncos. Put it that way. The football gods are favoring the Broncos. And what are they doing to get those favors? You know what I'm saying?
We used to joke like,
you must be living
life right.
Yeah, you're living
life right. And that's what it is. I think that's what it is. It's just this team loves each other. They play hard for each other. They hear the noise, they hear everything going on, but they're focused. They don't want to listen to the narrative. They don't care about anything but getting that W. And there's no dissension or any animosity between offense and defense. Like, we're carrying our weight, you need to do more. No. This is a team, and they know that it's going to take all phases, and every one of them, even the scout team guys and practice squad guys, they got to step up, especially in the bye week, to get ready to make this push, because it's a full-on team effort. When you got a team that loves each other and plays hard for each other and is unselfish, then I think that, along with, living life right, they're good. Hopefully they're good people out in the community and doing good things. And just Bo's the epitome, man. It seems like the boy next door kind of thing. He says the right things. He's very God's
married. He's a man of faith.
Yeah, I mean, he's living life right, and in turn, that's making.
He's not out there at shotgun willies throwing money in the air.
Exactly. I mean, who knows? Night. We don't know. And I think the fans too are starting to pay attention to like the positive aspect of this game and to being a little less critical sometimes, and understanding that it is hard as hell to go out there and do what they did last week. Now that the glitter is settled, they did beat the Kansas City Chiefs, who's been on the top of the AFC West for years.
Damn near 10 years.
Yeah. Yes. And so is this the unseating? Is this the new reign of the Broncos?
Duh.
I hope so. But we don't know. They got to have a bye week, get healthy, come back fresh and ready for really a grind. If they want to do it, it's a grind if they want to make it all the way.
If they don't win the AFC West, it would be an enormous disappointment for everyone. Yeah, they got a 2-game lead right now. They're not looking back.
Yeah, right? Don't look back. Yeah. Just look to one thing, and that's bye week. Go get some rest, be with your family, take it easy, understand like having some fun's okay, be careful, take care of your body, your mind, and your spirit, come back ready to play a Washington Commanders team on the road. And no game's easy in the NFL.
I was a swimmer growing up, and my down the street that we had a cabana club, and there was 5 years old to 18, and I was like 7 or 8, but there was this older kid named Mitch French. He was like a 80s hairband guy, but he's a really fast breaststroker. Breaststroker, you're always coming up and going down, coming up and going down. And his advice was, you look, you lose. If you look to the side, you're gonna lose.
Yeah.
So don't
Keep
look. Be like a breaststroker. Be like Mitch French. Don't look.
Mitch French, eye on the prize.
You look, you lose. All right, what else do we got, David? All right, 1919, 3rd and 15. Okay, this is all. It's all on the line here. So a lot of the stuff we were talking about with Bo, he did both of them in this last drive, like an old veteran.
Notice he's not bailing out and back. As I keep saying, out and back gets you in trouble. He's going up and moving towards the line of scrimmage. He's established himself as a run threat also, which makes guys react differently. And here is the POG. This was the play of the game. When they needed it. They needed it bad to continue this drive to go down and try to win. Of course, it's Ty played for overtime. Bullshit.
No, because then
one's playing for.
Then you got a punt, and then you're giving the ball back.
Yeah, you're playing for overtime. You're going to get your ass kicked in this league. And right here, they're playing to win. And a great job, Bo stepping up. A great job of a seasoned veteran receiver running his route, coming back, seeing Bo scrambling and adjusting not early, but right when he needs him for a huge 3rd down conversion.
And Courtland Sutton, security blanket.
Yes.
He's there. He has a feel for these zones. He has a feel for the space on the field. And when he sees his guy moving, he makes himself a friendly target.
Great job. Coming friendly that's a great point. Courtland's stepping up, man. I've been waiting and wanting, and he's just quietly been making play after play on 3rd downs. Again, a 3rd down reception. Best in the game right here, right now. A connection when you have that on 3rd down with your quarterback. These plays are going to be essential because, the ones where he's in the pocket working through it, great. There's going to be numerous times where Bo gets out and who's open for him, who's the guy making that play possible.
And you mentioned the diva wide receivers earlier. This guy's not a diva wide receiver. I mean, he's the highest paid wide receiver by about 3,000% in that room. And yet Troy Franklin has more targets than him this season. He's not making us think about it because they're winning.
Yeah.
He's not A.J. Brown.
Yeah, he's not
complaining on Twitter
in receptions and yardage, or do you want to win a Super Bowl title? You want to win a title.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If it ain't broke, don't.
There's a room full of guys. That's a whole entire facility full of guys that want it. They want it bad.
Yeah.
Individual accolades aside, they want it bad. And that's from the leaders. It's the guys that set the tone. And, the ownership is part of that. Of course, they replaced the entire field with sod, brand new sod for the guys. I mean, that's just show them how important they are.
Man. It was so
nice. I was like, wait
a
sec. That looks really nice. And then they told us brand new sod because they care about their players. And that's great clip down the bottom right there of the
sod squad
crew. The sod squad, the grounds crew, man. They do their job. No one knows who they are. But man, this is a beautiful playing surface. This surface here at Mile High. The best one in the country is at Arizona State Sun Devil Stadium. I mean, that field is unbelievable. But here with new sod, it's comparable.
Well, I was down there on Sunday. That thing was like a carpet, man. Yes. I actually went to walk on it after the game, and this guy's like, "Get up!" Well, somebody from the sod squad almost tackled me.
Yeah,
dude. He's like, "Get the hell off my field!"
What are you doing?
Yeah, sorry. Didn't you have a bunch of guys running around here with cleats on?
Cleats,
and just pooping up. But
asses with horseshoes falling all over.
Right.
Yeah,
blocking their asses off. Bunch of asses all over the field. David, do we have that Troy Franklin one, or that's put him in field goal range?
Yeah.
At the end,
this is defense.
No, it's all good.
Had a game.
So then Troy Franklin comes up with that one where he kind of creates a little space there with a tiny little push off. They're never going to call. Bo underthrows him a little bit, and he comes up with another potential catch of the game that puts him in field goal range. And then Will Lutz dials it down in center. To go 5 for 5.
Will Nuts, clutch nuts,
McGee, dude.
Clutch nuts.
But I did want to highlight Ja'Quan McMillian in the game he had because he just absolutely balled out in every way imaginable. A guy who's an undrafted corner who, if you're looking at last year's draft and you see Ja'Quan Barron drafted in the first round, you might think this guy's getting replaced. Clearly not. They value all those corners, but he just does what he does week in and week out. He had that interception right there, and he also had this sack right there, which iced the game on 3rd and 10.
Well, it didn't ice the game, but it got us
pretty damn much.
Yeah, it got the ball back in our hands.
That one. Yeah.
huge though. I mean, this guy, let's highlight this game, but go back and watch film. He's been playing great all year.
Yeah.
He's been coming up, playing physical. He's been getting a few penalties, but that's because he's going all out. This guy's, you have to have a guy like this on your defense that's just making play after play after play.
That's
Funga had a couple opportunities, and
that's the one I was talking about. The last one on the last.
That was huge.
Yeah,
that was a great job to end.
Oh no, that was a half.
Yeah, but hey, here's a guy who's hungry, and
yeah,
you know, it's great to be a first round pick, but sometimes when you're not, that makes you even more hungry. And here, you know, Patrick, you'll say, oh, he can't make this throw, but he's been making this his whole career. It's just a great job of him baiting him into making that throw and being able to trust your vertical. Here's where vertical at the combine matters, because he had to jump to get this.
He's like one of the best baiters. I would say he's like the master baiter. He's really good at it.
That's good. I mean, he's used two hands.
Yeah.
Good job.
This return did get called back a little bit because of penalty on, I think it was on Riley. Riley had a couple flags on him in this game, but, you know.
But he knows he's got the work.
He's going to put the boxing gloves
on. That's what I heard. I mean, maybe is Riley, are you listening to the whole cold tub? Because we're not critiquing you. You have ball skills, insane ball skills.
And crazy feet.
It's not like he's beat and the guy's 2 yards ahead. He's on every one of these plays, which is I commend him. He's there. He's making a quarterback make those tough throws.
Yeah.
Deep balls, he's on it. Guys stopping, he's on it. It's just he's handsy.
This is the end.
At the end, he's grabbing jersey just to confirm, but he's got to stop. He's just got to have a hand on him, you know, to know, oh, he's there, because there's been times where we've seen guys get too handsy and they could maybe even make a play on the ball.
Yeah.
But he did say, I'm going to put the gloves on, tape my hands. And that's a guy who wants to get cleaned up and make the change, work harder to not hurt his team, because these penalties could be very detrimental down the road when, you know, we stopped them. No, they don't. They're on the 10 now, you know. Thankfully, the defense did a great job of holding them on those occasions.
And they step up. They believe in him, you know, and they have his back when he does make a mistake or something like that. They end up, you know, coming through and stopping these guys. And so obviously they're working very well as a team. Want to draw some attention to one more play. Marvin Mims, back after having the concussion, had a 70-yard punt return here, put him in field goal range. Every point was very important in this game. And you know, this put them in field goal range, and they couldn't really move the ball much, but were able to get 3 points out of it. And just to see how he hits the hole there and his confidence as a returner. And you see that block there at the end there.
Yeah.
Didn't get a flag because I think that was JL Skinner came and kind of did the Mercedes like box out.
Yeah, you're not allowed to ear hole them anymore like back in the day.
Yeah.
But you just get in the way, kind of screen them off, and just a great job at the initiation, at the catch of this punt. There's 3 guys.
Look at that.
38,
Look at that.
I think, is the one who even had a penalty with a push in the back, and it's just like those cover guys tend to go to the ball. And what he did so well at the start of this, Mims did, is he caught it and he moved straight, and then he went to the left, and that set those 3 defenders. At one point, there's 3 guys there, and how does he pull this off? With trust in his guys and just his own speed and his ability. And man, it's fun to see punt returns. As a quarterback, love this. Right? I love these extra yards. And even this one is huge. We thought, oh man, it's coming back. No, deep. It was the return team with a block in the back, which was really a strange call. You don't see that very often.
Yeah, that was. And that's why I love playing on special teams, was the ability to have big plays and then fire up the defense or the offense, whoever's ever getting on the field next. All 3 phases. That's how you become a championship team.
Yep.
The Broncos were performing in all 3 phases.
Here's his last return of the game, which people probably, okay, cool. He catches this. He gets – oh, wait, this is a different one. Yeah. That was another good one.
Yeah.
12, 15 yards. Like that's huge. Those are hidden yards.
That's another first down.
As an offense, you love this, because then you're not having to get one extra first down, or at least a first down, 15 yards. You know, he takes this thing back again, just trusts his ability, and we're going to see him make more plays.
Oh yeah.
Because when a punt team starts having a guy like this, then you know it's like, dude, guys, be clean, get in front of your guy.
Yeah.
Don't hold, just give me lanes, because he's good at reading those lanes. We're going to see him make some huge plays in the return game.
I want to see him take one to the house.
That'd be sweet.
Yeah.
House call.
With Marvin Mims house
and
call.
Pick up the horseshoe.
Anyone home?
And put
touchdown.
Get the horseshoe and put it around his neck.
Yeah, the blood flow. Blood pillow.
Yeah. That's what those are. More guys wear those blood pillows.
Yeah, blood pillows. Overall, incredible team win. But now the real work begins. They have a bye. Trying to take care of the body. What would you do on the bye?
It all depends, you know. A lot of times just I'd go home sometimes, go home, see my mom, go home, see family, just get out of this environment. So you're not, hey, you guys just dethroned the champs and you're the best. You're going to be in we're going Super Bowl, home win, playoff, all blah, 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 blah. Because everyone on the radio is talking scenarios. When the player doesn't give two shits about any scenarios, what they want is to get their body, their mind rested and then recover as much as they can right now to go make the most important push of the season. Because this is when it gets hard. You got really a month left, a little over a month of regular season, and then playoffs, which we should be in. Then it's about keeping your body healthy, keeping your mind intact, and resting right now. I know a lot of guys probably want to go out and celebrate and have fun, and if they do, be smart. As Coach will always say, hey, be smart. Don't do anything stupid. Don't end up on the front page.
Yeah.
If anything, just take care of your body. Guys that are injured or nursing injuries, you don't get healthy, but you can help get a little bit more of that percentage back. And hopefully guys that are, like I think Singleton's coming back.
I don't know when he's coming back,
but
I talked to Alex after the game, and he said he's already running. He said he's starting running the next day. So after having cancer surgery, he's already out there running. He tore his ACL last year, and he was out there balling all this season. This guy's an absolute stud. I feel like Alex Singleton is the heart and soul of that defense, and a lot of the things they're doing as a defense are a result of his spirit and the standard and the pace that he has set, even when he ain't out there. I mean, I saw him on the sideline talking to Dre Greenlaw. They're going over. I mean, Alex Singleton is the heartbeat of that defense, and so whenever he gets out there, it's incredible that he's gonna be out there again.
Yes.
You said that they don't give two shits about the playoffs seating. What about three shits? Would they give three?
Well, I mean, I don't know. You were given like 10, 15 shits
the other day.
So, no, I mean, players are going to listen. Today's day and age, you can't hide from all the hoopla.
Well, they want the number one seed. They want the bye, and they want the home field throughout.
100%.
Because the home field advantage here right now is crazy.
Insane. The fans.
I mean, they've won like 11 straight home games. The fans are back in it.
But let's not get too focused on that.
Right.
Let's get focused on recovering right now and taking advantage of this bye week. After a little bit of an extended bye week before Kansas City, maybe there was a reason they played so well. Take advantage of this bye week. Coaches get a chance to hopefully get away, but come back and get ready. Get ready for this really intense push when you're playing without even probably 85% of your health.
Yeah.
Because you're beat up, you're bruised, you're battered. This is where the players step up. And it's exciting. As a fan, of course, it's what you want your team to be leading and have them go into every game with tons of meaning behind it.
Well, it's also exciting coming in the cold tub because we get to talk about some winning football, some exciting football. Yeah. And I don't know, do you want to go do a walkthrough?
We should do a walkthrough. I think people are enjoying the walkthrough. I hope they are. If you are, comments, tell us what you like. If there's something you'd like to hear too, like there's things that you may not understand. Like, how do you quarterback center exchange, or when they step on his foot, and like, how do you not get stepped on? I mean, who knows? If there's anything, throw it out there. We'll cover it because we have knowledge up here of all kinds of football stuff.
Yeah, that's what we're going to say. Like, if you want to throw it out, or maybe we'll throw out a poll, or like on Twitter or something, if you want to hit us up and want us to talk about some specific aspect of the game or just generally the game of football on our walkthrough. We might even get some other guests to come out and go through some of these ideas and concepts. So we'd love to get you guys involved and bring your ideas to life. But for now, that's it. I am Nathan Jackson. He's Jake Plummer. This was the Cold Tub. See you guys next time.
Peace,
later.
Love, and mushrooms.